So just jumping right in, I am starting out with this Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth Primer and putting that on the outer edges of my face. And then I go in with the Baby Skin Primer and put that more in my T-zone area and where I feel like my pores look a lot bigger, because I think this primer does a lot better job of smoothing them over because it's more of a like silicone base. Then for foundation, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I think my shade is in 103, which you can tell is a little too tan for me right now, but I blend it down to my neck and make it work. And I'm using this beauty sponge to blend it out. It's not a beauty blender, but I found it like on a knockoff website basically for $2, and I am obsessed with it. Like, I feel like it works just as good as the real thing, and so I'll link that down below if I can find it, because it was maybe like $2. I don't know if people would be like against that, but if I can get a like something knockoff, like, I don't even care if it works just as well. And so yeah, just blending down my foundation to my neck so it matches. And then for concealer, I am going to use this Maybelline Fit Me and Better Skin concealer, just because I was kind of running low on concealers, and one of these is too dark and one of them is too light, so I just decided to blend them together. But make sure if you're using this Better Skin concealer, make sure you are blending out as quick as possible, because I have found it dries so fast and it can be really annoying to get it blended out when it's already dried down. So yeah, just putting that under my eyes to highlight and conceal, and then I'll put it on my chin, Cupid's bow, that random red dot I have, my nose, and my forehead, just to highlight all the normal places that I highlight. And I also went ahead and powdered my face, like everywhere I put this concealer, off camera, but I completely forgot to film it. So definitely powder your face, because this is a very glowy foundation, and I find even with my dry skin I get really oily. So next, with the eyes, I'm going to use this MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, which is great at camouflaging all those redness and veins I have on my eyes. And then I'm going to use this new Urban Decay palette, which is like this artist type palette, which I love. And I'm going to use that first shade just to set down the paint pot. And then I'll use that next shade as my transition color. I'm just taking a huge fluffy brush for this and just blending this all over my crease, being not precise at all, and just really getting that color down. And then I will take this gunmetal bluish shade, and I'm going to focus this on the outer corner, and you see me using this big fluffy brush, and I just realized it wasn't working, so then I decided to go in with a smaller, more precise pencil brush and just put that in the outer corner. And then once I had less product, I would blend it further out. You'll see me here in a minute like take this red shade, and I'm going to take that on my fluffy Morphe brush and blend out the edges right there, because I felt like the gunmetal needed a little bit more warmth to it, and I kind of just was winging it as I was doing this eyeshadow look, so I had no idea what I was really going for. But yeah, then I'll go back in and pack on that gunmetal shade, and then I'll blend it out, and then I'll go back in with the red shade, and it's basically just a whole process. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than... Next, I'm taking this bright yellow shade, and I'm taking this on this really precise shader brush, and I'm going to put this in the inner corner of my eye, about the inner like fourth. So this bronzy shade I'm going to put in the center. Later on, I'm going to basically cover this whole thing up with glitter, so this is totally an unneeded step, but like I said, I was kind of winging this whole eye look, and so this is what I was just doing at the moment. And just to blend out the like edges between the two colors, I would take this smaller fluffy brush and just blend them out, and then again pack on more color where I felt like I needed it. And then I'll go back in and blend it out with the red shade. It's all about just packing and blending. Now I'm going to take this gold glitter, and I am just focusing this everywhere where I put the yellow and bronze shade, which you can see like it will completely cover up those shades, so those were basically pointless, but I felt like the look needed a little bit more of something, so that's why I wanted to put glitter on it. and I'm using a towel to like make sure there's no more fallout. And then I did my other eye off camera. Then I'm going to take this NYX White Liner and put this on my waterline, just because there's so much going on in my eye. I still wanted my eyes to look open and awake. And I'm also going to make it very dark underneath my eyes, taking that gunmetal shade and a angled liner brush. I'm going to line my bottom lash line, and then I'm going to start to flick up the eyeshadow towards the tail of my eyebrow and just blend that out, because I'm going to try to make a basically reverse eyeliner. And then I'm going to again go in with that red shade and blend it out. And I actually end up going and connecting this shadow to the top lash line too, so that it's more of a regular wing, I guess. And then I'll go in with my Demi Whispies for lashes, and these are pretty old ones because I have no lashes right now, so excuse the fact that they look super janky. And this is me being kind of satisfied. And then I'm using my Maybelline Lash Sensational, that is so hard to say, mascara, and just coating my top and bottom lashes. And because these eyelashes are already so old, I wasn't worried about like them lasting much longer, so I'm just blending in my regular lashes with the falsies. And then I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and just warm up my face, and just putting that on my cheekbones and on my forehead, and then making sure to put it under my neck, since again my foundation was a little too tan. Nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making... And then here's me using my RCMA powder and just powdering my chin and my nose and everything, even though I'd already done my under eyes, because I felt like I was getting a little bit oily and I wanted that to go away, obviously. Now for blush, I'm using the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Rose Champagne. I feel like I talk about this all the time. I use this blush and another Wet n Wild one literally so much, it's ridiculous, but I just can't get away from them. And just putting that all over my cheekbones. And then I'm going to use this Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and I'm pretty sure the shade is called Be My Highlight. And just put this on the top of my cheekbones, my forehead, on my nose, and on my cupid's bow. And this is just a small Morphe small Morphe brush that I love to use for a highlighter. And then for lips, I'm gonna go with this Anastasia liquid lipstick in Stripped. This is another like longtime favorite of mine. Anytime I'm going for something nude, I always reach for this lipstick. It is just so perfect for me and such a great formula. And then once I'm done with my lips, I'm going to set my face with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And that is pretty much it. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.